Yo, right now you're listening to Nothing Major, Nothing Mad, just a Nothing But Music podcast. We got myself, Benzo, in the building, and with my brother H. H, what are you saying though? You good over there, man?
Yeah, man, chilling, man. How are you?
Nah, man, it's good. I just want to let people know how we got into this podcast.
We got into it with the idea that there's just too much materialism and there's just too much what's the word for it? There's too much materialism, too much drama, too much nonsense in the music industry.
Too much nonsense that gets talked about and gets highlighted.
Yeah, man, there's too many blog pages focusing on what jewelry people have, what clothes, what cars, what, who shot who's in prison now.
So what we trying to do though? What we trying to do? Like to add different, like what we trying to do?
It's nothing but music, innit? Focusing on just the music, just the art.
Yeah, just the art, literally. And that's following on from that. It's literally just a thing where we just focus on that. We just want the music heads just to gravitate to us because that's all the market that we're trying to feed. And literally there's no hidden agendas, no nothing. We just want to be nothing but music, no drama, just free space for everyone to come and just vibe and just kick it every Sunday. So, we're just going to get into it now anyway. Obviously, COVID has come around, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's affected a lot of things that's going on in the music industry. Things like tours, things like albums, and even things like how we listen to music. So, yeah, like what was your like when COVID hit and like say the April, March months? Like, what would you think that was just the biggest like effect of like music to you like at that point?
Well, I don't know, man. COVID's definitely impacted like the landscape of music forever. Like all the way from the biggest artist to someone just now starting out trying to do music for the first time. Like it's changed everyone from the bottom to the top, man. Like
everyone, literally.
It's made it so music and creating's not everyone's first priority, innit? Because maybe some people have got to focus on other things, paying their bills.
You think so?
Yeah, man, 100%.
I thought the creating thing was like, I thought in America, like artists were just dropping music out of the sky, like it was just.
But they're bigger artists now. See, the younger artists, smaller artists, like their first priority, they might not be in the right headspace to create because there might be so much noise, so much chaos in the world, so much other things going on in it that they can't really focus on creating. That might not be their priority.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of artists did take a break. I mean, I know Russ said he took a break. I think.
Well, US Russ or UK
No,
Russ?
UK Russ. I think he mentioned in the interview that he took a break. But in like the UK, I think there was bangers still dropping, but it was just a weird time because obviously you couldn't really enjoy the moment fully. So say, for example, when Abracadabra dropped On Deck, banger, but it was just like you only really could hear it in outside cars and cars and if you had some illegal motive somewhere. Like, I'm not saying those that went there, but it's just like you couldn't really take in the moment of like, oh, this is a banger. Like we're outside, we're gonna go clubs, we're gonna go festival and just vibe to it.
Exactly,
but it's a weird one because in America now, albums are just still running up. Albums kept coming out like every week. It was like too much. It was like artists were using that to fund. Well, that's what they were doing to fund their living because obviously there's no tours and stuff like that.
Well, the thing with that is I'd say that's them just adapting to like the new business model of music, innit? Which is streaming. Streaming that's how things are now. It's quantity over quality, innit? So however many they keep dropping projects, they keep building their Instagram, their social following and that, and they keep dropping projects, that's streams and that's money, innit?
That's crazy though. Like I don't know, like the way streaming's doing, because obviously streaming was always going that way with the streaming, but I feel like COVID definitely amplified that because it was like just running up deluxes. I'm like, why are we getting so much deluxes? Like, and then sometimes the deluxe will be like, usually be like 3 to 4 songs. You know how Drake used to do it back in the day, like 3 to 4 songs and whatever. Now the deluxe is like 15 new songs, and it's just like I don't get it because why? I'm trying to sit with something. And then you're coming back at me again with like another 2 weeks with another thing. It's like, relax. You see what happened to Pop Smoke? Like, Pop Smoke, like, he released that album and then, like, my man's passed away and it's like, you released the deluxe and he's not even here. I'm just like, you're not taking a mic now, man. It's just too much. You get me?
Yeah, no, I hear that, man. Like, bigger albums, innit? It's more streamed. Like, say, this was kind of like this thing's been, like, existed before COVID, though. Like, this whole deluxe albums and just packing albums with content and like Migos Culture 2 that was 24 tracks long. I mean that had no reason or right to be that long.
No, Migos, I'll be real. I'm not trying to hear you for more than, I'd say, 15 songs. Not saying you're not hard or anything, but I'm not trying to hear Migos for more than 15 tracks because
Did you get it?
you're not that kind of artist for me. Like, there's certain, and that's another thing, like, a lot of artists are doing things for, like, you're releasing albums that are so long, but it's like, you're not that kind of artist. For example, if someone like, I don't know, like, Digga D gave me a 25-song project, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, we come to you for bangers.
Yeah, like, have you
can be
got
a storyteller,
25 tracks worth of life experience to even give me at this? Like,
but again, people aren't thinking about it to make a cohesive. Not many. I'm not saying people. Not many other artists. I'm thinking of. Oh, let's make a project about life experience. They're just making a project just to throw as much bangers on as possible, as much streams as possible. It's different.
Yeah,
like, as you said, like the aims are different. Like it's the quality thing. Like guy, young boy, like boy, he dropped like 6 projects last year, and even though like he's talented enough to do that to a high level, it's like I couldn't even sit with nothing. It was just dashing at me, bow, 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 bow. It's just like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm a music head, so I will listen to it, but not the average person will just jump off you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because no one likes feeling suffocated, innit? You don't want to feel suffocated and don't want to feel like they're just shoving content down your throat, innit? And that's what a lot of these artists are doing. They're just putting out content after content after content after content. And that's what I mean. It's the new business model, innit? And
it's weird because having said that, a lot of good music dropped, in my opinion, last year. We just didn't get a chance to digest it. Just all got the moment kind of went, okay, next week, who's dropping next week then? And we didn't really have to sit. That's what I'm saying. It's about sitting with things because a lot of good music dropped. I mean, you had obviously Young Boy's projects, you had J Huss's, you had Potter Papers.
Yeah, man.
Condos, like a lot Rod Waves, you had Little Babies, like I'm saying, you had a lot of Futures things. Like so much people drops, like Little Uzi, so much people drop, but you just forget because it's mad. Like even Drake was meant to drop.
Yeah, but the thing with that is like the albums that really did bang and the albums that really did do their thing are still being played to this day, innit? Like Training Day 3 is still being banged to this day.
Reloaded.
Like, come on. Training Day 3 is getting reloaded. What was J Huss's album called?
Big Conspiracy.
Yeah, that's reloaded. That's a banger. Banger.
It's banger. Like, and also like, yeah, there's a lot of bangers on them albums and that. It's just that I just hope. But with when you cloud it with songs, like not them two we just mentioned, but like with the other albums that got bangers on it, when you cloud it with so much songs, people are just gonna miss. Like some people are not even. You might have an amazing tune on track 22.
Yeah.
But the average music listener is not gonna take that in. Like, oh yeah, that's you just be like, oh, that album was rubbish because the first song was rubbish. It's like no one's really looking. It's changed the consumer's mindset.
Yeah, exactly. Like people's attention spans, isn't it? They're so much shorter now.
I'm actually having to retrain myself, like to take in stuff because when I'm just trying to update, obviously my blog page, I'm trying to update, and it's like I'm just keep going. I'm like, hold on a second, let me actually go back to what I just posted 3 weeks ago and go back, and that's what I've been doing. That's what another COVID through my COVID journey. I don't know if you were the same, but I was listening to a lot more. I say through my COVID journey, but through my COVID journey, I was listening to a lot of older stuff recently.
Yeah,
I don't know about
100%. Yeah, definitely, man. I feel myself going back to like things from 2012, even back to 90s, early 2000s. Like, I don't know why, man. I don't know why.
I think maybe COVID gave us time to reflect.
Yeah,
and not just reflect on our lives and our mental state. And I'm saying about reflect on like. Just the music that we've received all these years. So just slow down for a minute. Let me check out Kendrick's Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me check out J. Cole's 2014 Coastal Drive. Or let me check out even Tupac's All Eyes on Me or whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
Or Me Against the World. Like, I'm just taking out proper, going back to the bodies of works.
Yeah, man.
Like, because we in this world that we're in, we sleep on a lot of legendary stuff. Like, but we might realize it when they're gone.
Yeah. But
I'm trying to give people their flowers now. And that's why I wanted to do this podcast as well. Like,
yeah, man. Respect our legends while we're here.
While they're here, because you do that and it's like, oh, he was a legend, but we weren't saying that when he was alive though. So that's what I even was taking in Nipsey. So I'm saying, speaking of something like that, yeah, but it was good though, man. But no, that's our COVID journey and that. But what are you saying though? The other day I posted something on my page. It was like Future and gigs and that.
Oh yeah, that was defo something I want to talk about in it. Who's more influential, Future or gigs?
So that's what everyone were asking. Who's more influential, Future or gigs? Now, what are you saying, H though?
I mean, that's a mad question. That's not something you could just answer. But I mean, they're both artists with incredible catalogs, and undeniable influence. Like both of them. Future, he's influenced a generation. Like Giggs, he's influenced a generation as well. You wouldn't have Snap Capone without Giggs. You wouldn't have Suspect without Giggs.
Yeah.
Like he defo, like you said, he broke down doors for a lot of artists to come through when rapping in the UK wasn't cool.
Yeah.
And doing that wasn't cool. And yeah, man, he had a lot of obstacles to overcome. But
yeah, I would say in terms of who's more influential, like you said, like literally I agree with everything you said. I'd say Giggs though for me is probably more influential. Maybe because I'm from London as well, so it just feels more relatable. But in terms of Giggs that inspired, like literally, like it's mad. Like this the scene of the UK scene is Giggs has a part to play in that. I mean, Future has a big part to play in the Atlanta scene, I guess. But like Giggs is like on the UK scene in terms of simple things, like he was doing these American features that everyone's forcing now. He was doing it with B.O.B. Like B.O.B. was like, back then, don't go there, them songs there. And then he was charting with like upon like street records in like 09 or 10. Like look what the Cat Dragged did and all that stuff.
See, that's what people don't realize that about Giggs. Like he really talked about so much crud, and he brought that to the clubs, and he made club bangers talking about crud in the UK. Like he really was one of the first to do that.
Now. Yeah, every banger, if you go to a club now, UK songs they're playing drill.
Yeah.
They're playing with a sprinkle of Afro swing, but it's drill.
Oh, yeah.
That's what everyone's waiting for, which is street music. So I feel like Giggs has a part to play, because I feel like a lot of the rappers that I've heard saying I grew up listening to Giggs, but however, having said that, Future as well, them Atlanta man, they don't play about Future. Like them trap music, man, they don't play about Future.
No, Future's influence is again undeniable, and I'd say definitely, like for me, in it personally, Future is the more influential artist, because like in terms of the scenes that he's birthed in it, from his use of autotune and his...
What do you think he birthed?
See, the SoundCloud scene, he's definitely a big... I wouldn't say he birthed it. I definitely wouldn't say he birthed it, but I'd say he's a massive part to play in that scene. Yeah. Him, Lil Wayne, Young Thug, big parts to play in the SoundCloud scene, which is, even if it's not your cup of tea, that can't deny that was a huge...
it wasn't my cup of tea, but it was a wave though.
Like, it was definitely a wave, and it's influenced a sound that still carries through to today.
Still carries through to this day.
Yeah, man.
He's in Future. I'll pay my respect because he's influenced, like, some of my favorite artists. Like, for example, like Youngboy, for example, my favorite. Future's influenced him, man, heavy. And a lot of the trap music sound, a lot of the melodies.
Yeah.
That's why he can still sound good to this day, because a lot of the melodies that everyone's doing, he birthed their melodies. But I just don't feel like Giggs has that in the UK. I don't know, man. I just feel like Giggs has that power. Like he has something that when he simple things like the Drake feature and things like that, and how that gets eyes in the UK and things like that on a more organic way. Like he's on the Drake album and he's helping, because influence doesn't necessarily mean just the sound of how your music sounds, but I'm talking about like the doors that you open.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Like Drake featuring Giggs is definitely introduced Drake to a lot of UK people. I'm not saying like Drake is some god or something, but it's like Drake is that guy. Drake has an influence by himself. You know what I'm saying? Drake is Drake. So Drake's brought out people like J House, Unknown Teens. So that's pretty direct from Giggs, just pretty so showing them. But I must be assuming. But my thing is, in terms of like the drill music, I'm not saying Giggs didn't do drill, but I'm saying like SM1 being one of the first street crews to really push through in the UK.
Yeah.
Like really push through. Obviously, there's a lot of street crews doing their thing, but now you got
that was early. Early SM1
early. Like I think I saw something about Margs from Mashtown said Giggs brought him to Tim Westwood, and it's like Margs is a big man himself, so it's like that Giggs shows how Giggs has been doing this thing from old school.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I'd say. Yeah, I think Giggs, and also the sound, how to tell UK how to sound like street on a like no like American, because a lot of back in the day when UK rappers were rapping, there was be on an American accent.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, like
they weren't comfortable in their own skin. They weren't comfortable just being who they were.
Yeah, and that's not
on the track.
that's not to their detriment. I just think that that's how the scene, that's how the UK rap scene was sold. There was a lot of little inspiration if you're not coming from a grand background.
Yeah,
You're only looking to America, so it's not to their detriment. It's just like that's how it was.
100%.
So I think UK gigs being said, I'm UK, I'm gonna flow in it like this and come on like that with a style and a swagger. Yeah, man, like gigs influence is crazy. But
Definitely.
so I think I'd say gigs, still like gigs.
Yeah, I'm not taking away from his influence in it. Gigs for sure. He's super
Nah,
influential
for
in it.
sure.
Like he's kicked down doors for a bunch of artists to do what they're doing today in it.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I kicked down plenty doors. But no, we're quite through this podcast quick, that we're talking about obviously speaking of gigs and street music, I had a little segment. The drill, like how do you think this drill right now when it's popping? And it's like, how do you think, and there's a question that I was like, is drill evolving? Like, do you think drill is evolving? Do you think?
I definitely think it is evolving, man. It's evolved so much over the last couple of years, from 2012 to how it is now, innit? But the way drill's going now, like I don't know, man. I used to listen to it a lot back in the day, but I feel like I was saying to you yesterday, innit, I've slowed down, cut my intake or reduced my intake of drill music because
Why is that?
don't know, man. See, I've like as I get older and the mindset that I'm growing into now, I feel like I'm on a different sort of vibe. I'm on a more of a chill vibe. I feel like I've been doing a lot of reflecting recently, and as a result, I've been listening to a lot to music that touches on reflection and introspection. Like Part of Paper, he reflects on his tracks. A lot of these older artists with this OG kind of vibe on these low, chilled out beats.
Yeah, and it's
that kind of stuff, man. Drill.
We saw how drill like kind of evolved. Like obviously, we were here when it came from the Chicago era, and then we saw how UK kind of grabbed it and then just built it up, and then look where it is now. But
Yeah,
I'd say there was one period, I won't lie, I thought drill wasn't evolving. Like, I was just like, this is just bare like meaty little party tunes. Like that's not what
I'd say we're at that point now, and and to the point where people like Lowski are jumping on American style drill beats, and it's just I don't know, man.
You don't like the American stuff?
I'm not feeling that. I can't lie. An American drill, I don't know.
I'm not really on the American the American drill like stuff. I don't know. It was alright when it was just breaking through.
It's cool to see it. It definitely is cool to see it. Like I do appreciate that so much. Like I do see how our influence, like how much, this genre that we've kind of created ourselves on this little island has traveled all the way back to the US and is doing waves there. Like I find that cool in it. But
yeah, when I heard King Von collaborate with 5-Year-Old Foreign on like a New York beat, I'm like, Ross. So that means you took it from Chicago to mold it back and then throw it back to New York, and then New York to bring it back to Chicago again, but with our own stuff, and that's crazy.
That's what I love about music, man. That's literally what I love about it so much.
It's mad. Like we don't, and I think that's what's powerful about the UK. We can't downplay it. I know they get a slander of the UK drill, like, oh yeah, like, oh it's this, it's that, but look what it's done. Look what the scene has done. I mean, there is a lot of contradictions of some drill, like, oh yeah, it's not positive, but they're trying to be positive. But it's like, I think that's all part of it. And I feel like people that are not from outside the culture commenting on drill and their influence, it doesn't make sense because you won't understand it.
Exactly. They don't get it. If they don't understand,
sometimes I see some like devil worshipping drill. I say, what the hell is this? Like, I'm not messing with that. But it's like a lot of the drill that comes with the violent side and whatever. I'm a grown man, so if I get influenced by music, I'm an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a top idiot. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and be like, oh, Joe's playing now. I wanna.
Yeah, but see, you're not an impressionable 12-year-old. Like, do you get it? But an impressionable 12-year-old, I can see why. Like, I definitely do understand why people have issues with drill in it, and that's because of people like that. Just there's no need to put in too much crud into your lyrics. Like, you don't need to talk about chinging this and doing that.
But that's drill, though, man.
As in too much crud. Like, you take a step back and you realize this. What are you talking about here?
I know, but it's drill. Like, what's so good about him? Like, you can't. It's weird though, man. Like, it's a tricky one.
I don't know, man. Sprinkle the crud with a bit of wordplay, a bit of finesse. Just if it's just straight, just crud, murder, chinging, like
No,
dipping in with.
a lot of it is that they're chinging and rapping. But the thing is, a lot of the drill up and coming rappers, I don't really look at them as artists. That sounds bad, but what I mean by that is, like, these men are just men with potential. So you see, I see guys that are artists. It's like Central C. I don't even people won't say he's drill, but he does the drill style, innit? You got Heady One. He's an artist. Like you got Lowski more time with his album. He was talking about something. He's an artist. Like a lot of the up and coming guys, they're good. I ain't saying they're bad. I'm just saying I won't call them like artists. Like
So they're potential artists.
Potential artists.
The thing is, they are making art, so technically they are artists,
art, yeah, but it's like, oh, yeah, that's true. It's true. But maybe, yeah, they're just a drill artist, I guess, innit? But that's what they say. But I wouldn't say, oh.
It's just there's a lot of growth, and that's like you said, and that's what I see when I just see a bunch of different crews, different little just unknown kind of people just doing drill in it. Like that's what I see, just potential. But people like KO, people like that man in it. Those are real polished artists because.
You think KO's polished?
I think KO is proper polished, man. He's got a great catalogue of work in it. He's definitely not GOAT status.
You know, I love KO better than at the start, innit? But he kind of, when he was doing the wordplay thing, I respected it like heavy, but it was just like I didn't really. It was hard. It lost me.
Do you think it's too much?
It was too much. It lost me because of the point. I don't mind the wordplay thing, but make it flow and don't. It just felt a bit forced. But when I first started liking him, Mad About Bars, and I said this guy's hard, like lyrically. I know he has it in him. I just feel like he has to strip back the cleverness, like just. You know what I'm saying? Just be calm with it, smooth with it. But I think he's getting better at that though. What I've heard from him recently sounds good. Like with the 98 stuff, them man are hard. Like, hard.
Them man are so hard. Can't lie.
Them man are like, very like musically like it's just different with it.
See, that's what I was talking about. Like a drill group that isn't just 24's crud, violence, chinginess. Because them man really do talk about like other things. They talk on a bunch of different topics. They actually have substance.
But that's
to
the
their
evolution
music
now because I feel like let's throw it back to 016. Drill was like it was crud. Like drill was like, but I can't. It was that was the birth of drill. That's why I'm saying when people say, "Oh yeah, the old drill was better," I'm like, I hear that because I think that too. But it's like you're not gonna get that back. You know what I'm saying? That that era of like man are making money from drill. That era like when man are just making songs to just on some real life stuff. It's not like that no more because guys have clocked they can make money from this and they're gonna go and chase it. And you've seen that with certain other people. But yeah, man, drill back then was crud still, but it's the fact that we're not. Yeah, them days there was not a lot of substance, I'd say. However, there was some groundbreaking music, like it was just raw.
Yeah.
So I'm 100%. Thinking, so like, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, you always had the guys like K-Trap that always used to tell a story about trapping, and like and whatever. I wasn't trapping, but other things like that. And like he had LD got a song called Church.
Yeah.
Hard, like talking about his time in prison and stuff. So
yeah, man.
But I feel like guys gotta get older. Gotta get older. When you're 30, talking about like the same stuff you're talking about when you're 18, it's like
no, but that's where it gets like kind of just grow up in it, kind of gimmicky. Like in them ages, I like when that rappers like that come from talking about chingings when they're young in it, but then as they grow older, they start their subject matter changes to more reflective stuff, to more like
you see in Heady's music now.
Yeah, and I love to see that. That's so sick. Like,
but Heady was always different with it. That's why he's one of my favorites in drill all time. Like he's always different with it. But I feel like guys just got to get older, man. Like, and that's why I say if I see a young man that's 16 rapping drill, I don't expect the storytelling thing. That's why when you're saying that too much crud, I'm thinking, but when you're 16, just gas drill eyes.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Lit in your hood and that, like. I don't really expect no substance like that, but I'm just here for the vibe. But as I'm getting older and stuff, it's just harder to. That's why I like Central C's album so much because his beat selection, his things he's talking about. Obviously, it's a drill flow, but yeah, like it's different. But what do you call it? You said something about what did you say? Is the beat?
Yeah, I was talking about. I was actually talking about this to my brethren yesterday, innit? Like, what would you say drill is? Is drill the beat or is drill what he's talking about on the beat, or is drill the combination of the beat and the substance? See, that's something you got to sit with for a second.
You know, it's weird, yeah, because there's the purist in me says like, nah, what you saying, you can't be drill, nah. But then if I look at it logically, like, drill is the beat, like, in my opinion, it's the beat and the flow.
So is Big Shaq, that tune, is that drill? See what I mean? Like,
I think it is like, if you want the drummer to expand, then you just gotta call it a drill. I'll be real.
Yeah.
But I feel like you just gotta segregate the different types of drill. Like, I feel like if you said that's party drill and throw it all in there, you see how with trap music you got like what's the different type of trap? You got the Travis Scott trap that lit, yeah. Then you got the proper like I don't know, like
there's subgenres within that genre of trap.
I feel like guys got to start establishing subgenres of drill.
Yeah,
because I know Pounds isn't the same as Anito and Beat, or like they're not the same kind of artists.
Yeah,
both good in their own rap, but it's different kind of drill. I say Pounds is more party, Diggity or Nito and B's like crud. You know what I'm saying? Even Diggity's a party man, but I'm saying eventually. I'm saying I feel like drill. Guys have got to stop looking at. Guys have started looking at comparing drill to like, I don't know, BT and Render. Be like, that's not drill. But I'm like, no, but drill's expanded now. You know what I'm saying?
The fans of drill will always be picky and always be like, no, that's not drill, but this is like, yeah, exactly. But like people outside of drill, like if you ask someone's mum, okay, make them listen to Big Shaq and make them listen to Teddy Buckshot, they'll say that's both drill, innit?
I'm gonna say, I will say it here on this podcast that drill is the beat and flow, in my opinion. But so the beat and the
substance.
I don't know, because the substance is like what you're saying and that.
Yeah.
But I'd say drill is like the beat in like if we're drilling a drill. And drill, I think it's the beat and the flow, because I feel like a man could do a drill beat.
So like, you see that tune?
Drill is the beat. It's the beat.
Okay, what about that tune with Travis Scott and Pop Smoke in it when he was on that drill beat?
That's drill, innit? But it's his kind of drill. Like it's drill. Like, the beat is drill. But that's like New York drill, man. That's what I'm saying. Drill. That's something we established New York drill as a thing.
Yeah.
So New York drill. That's over there. We now have party drill, which is like wait.
Yeah, like ton up kind of drill.
Then we have like the greasy drill, like with the young G's usually make. Like it's just like like just cruddy drill and that. And then you got like the Central C, like which is like party, but it's like a bit of substance in there. So I feel like we just got to start separating the genre to make it clearer for people to just make the differentiation, because right now it's just like there's a confusion, like, oh, this ain't drill, but it is kind of drill. And I'm hearing drill beats everywhere, like the tempo.
Yeah.
I'm hearing drill beats everywhere, like now in the UK scene, just everywhere. Like guys are singing on drill now.
No, I like that though. See, Billy Billions.
No, he's hard. He's hard. He's hard. I won't lie. But I'm talking about like, there's a guy called iSong. Like he actually does art. He calls it R and drill. Like he sings on drill. It's gold, isn't it? It's different. But I'm saying it's expanding, isn't it? So it's like there's you just got to separate. I'm saying is drill gonna be a thing where you just keep making it a small thing? Because no matter how, I just see it, it's like an overflowing bottle. Like you keep trying to compress it, but it's gonna, things keep flowing. It's music at the end of the day. Music is not, you can't touch it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Music is there. Like I'm saying, you can't do that. So it's gonna flow. Similar to things like with grime and that, innit? Like, it's like how people, like, a lot of the grime purists are like, that's not grime. He's not grime.
No, but the thing is, like, see, like, newspapers and that would call Asco grime.
No, they're just violating, man.
Yeah, like grime rapper Asco. It's just like, bruv.
When you're calling man like Asco grime and that, I'm just like, no, that ain't grime. But that's like for someone outside the culture, being lazy.
Yeah.
See, someone said to me, Asco's grime, I know not to have a conversation with them about rap music. It's like you just don't know nothing.
Yeah, I know the kind of person you are.
You just know, and you just act accordingly. But that's what Americans say. They say things, but they're not educated enough. And it's like, it's mad though to think that all these years people have been forcing collabs with the US and that, but it's drill is the thing that cut through. But why did they cut through? Because it's organic. There was no one saying, Americans, please accept me. We just done our thing.
Yeah.
And America's like, it's mad. Like New York drill beats are in New York. Like, well, I can't downplay that moment. That's mad, you know. Like, it's a mad transition. That's why I didn't listen to Pop Smoke heavily, but I had to big him up because he organically like messed with the UK. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
He flew my man out. Was it 808 Mellow? He flew him out to New York and started producing for him. So it's like, yeah, man, big him up for that, man. Carl.
It's one of them moments that life comes back full circle moments. I just love to see that like something that they created comes back here.
Yeah, because it's created
evolves
noise
and goes there.
That's created a bigger impact on America than obviously the gigs thing was a big thing, but they were slandering gigs. I'll be real, but
Americans,
yeah, you know when the KMT thing shot, they were slandering.
No, Americans, I can't lie. A lot of them, they are very ignorant to our music. They just don't believe that that kind of stuff happens here. They just don't believe that like there's crud here as well. There's guns here as well. They just mock it.
They just don't think we can rap. It's like,
it's
a thing where it's like, just, they say, I can't understand the accent, but it's like, I think I've said it before, like, it's a respect thing. It's not that they can't understand. They just, if I don't respect, like you said, they don't think they have crud or anything.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you don't respect someone, or instantly, you see how, like, we would look at, man from, like, Birmingham when we were, like, younger.
Like, yeah, and just say, shut up.
I'll be like, hey, what's this guy talking? Look at his accent. Like, nah, but now, look at Millions, look at Miss. Look at a lot of boys. I'm off the top of my head. I can't think. Man from Birmingham, a bus. Manchester. Bugsy Malone. We still make like money in the map. Like, but now look, Bugsy Malone's one of the biggest stars in the UK.
Yeah, man. Even Miss was saying in like an interview in it, people used to mock the accent all the time, but people love it now, man.
The future of the scenes in the north, in my opinion, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because the London accent we were discussing yesterday, it's a bit saturated. Like, it's a bit like, oh. We know what's coming with the London accent, you know what I'm saying? We had the thoughtful guy. It's not saying it's not bad, it's just that I think my ears especially, like, I think they're crying for something different.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's no one's fault. We're just saying, like, I just something different. I think there's gonna be some bad, you got Meeks from Manchester, like, he's got to cut through, like, that guy's an artist, man. And I feel like,
I think whenever there's something new and cool like that, and it like an accent on just rap or music, it just sounds cool. Like, and
they get into different pockets and like they do different flows and that because that their accent allows them to.
Exactly. And you see, like, that's the thing with like French drill, German drill, like their accents and the way they speak is so that they can do things that an English artist couldn't do on drill, and that's what is so cool about it.
Vice versa as well.
And I used to take the piss out of it back in the day. I used to say, man, turn that French drill nonsense off. I don't want to listen to that shit. But it's hard.
For real.
I'll be real.
No, it is hard still, like.
I'll be real, it's hard.
It's hard, but it's like you see the Australian drill. And they're not copying Chief Keef drill, they're copying the hard drill.
Yeah.
That's no respect for Chief Keef. That's something you gotta respect, man, that came before us, because it's weird. Like, if you told us, like, when we were in like year 10 or whatever, we're like, oh, drill's gonna be a thing where Australians gonna be messing with us.
Yeah, it's gonna be worldwide.
Like, you would be like, oh man, back then drill was like
drill was very much a niche.
Like, the only guys that are hitting 1 million views, but then was 6, 7. If guys don't know, that's what I'm saying. So, like, people need to start slandering what came before them. Like 6, 7. The only man that hitting 1 million views consistent. And I think he just kept building. Obviously, he had the Abracadabra robbery moment. Kept building. He had the then you had the Harlem came and just, you know what I'm saying, just messed it up, man. Like, Harlem came and just blew out the water. Like, it was mad. Put flavor on it, put everything on it. And I think the next person to put that kind of flavor on tracks will be from the north, in my opinion. Like, it would be, or somewhere outside London. I think.
Like, see, Millions. Like, he puts a different sort of flavor on music, and like that accent.
Different sort of flavor. Like, his Millions' flavor is like, boy, like, again, the accent again, they got a bit of a yard twist and that. It's just hard. I'm just out there. I'm just like, vibe. I don't even know what he's saying sometimes, but it's a vibe. Like, but it's the same way, like, in America. Like, obviously, let's look at London as New York, and like all the southern music that's coming now. Like, Atlanta's just taking over. Your Baby, Young Thug, Future, Travis. It's mad. Like, everyone's coming through from the south and that, and America's getting steady back up there. But as we said yesterday, like, when we were in school, there was not really guys up and coming popping from New York, but the South was running it. And I feel like in the next 10 years, that's gonna be the same for the UK. Like, it's not like the next star. Obviously, the stars now and the stars now, but the next star, I think, in the next like 5-10 years, not now, but 5-10 years, it's gonna be from up north.
Yeah,
because there's scenes building. Like, there's guys that before that, if it was like a tune was on like 600k views and that, in like 2 weeks, I would know about it. Now I'm like, some guy from like Birmingham got 600k. I'm like, right, who's this? I don't even know. Like, I didn't know him. But,
Yeah, man.
You know, man, that's mad. Yeah, like, what are you saying though? That what new music have you been feeling like now recently though?
It's what I was telling you earlier, innit? Like, just kind of listen to more, just chill, laid back kind of music, innit? So, obviously, I've been banging Pot Paper heavy, just heavy recently, innit? But, yeah, man, if whoever's listening, if you're into kind of old school hip hop kind of thing, listen to Freddie Gibbs featuring Conway the Machine, Babies and Fools. That's off his album Alfredo, innit? He's hard.
Oh yeah, feel free to message the Nothing But Music page as
Yeah,
well.
man.
Like, just chat to us and like that. Tell us what you want us to talk about, things like that. Even like a message man blog by Benzo page and whatever, and you can do your thing in it. And obviously, H is gonna come up with his own stuff and things like that. But yeah, like with the I'm not digging right now. You know, it's just Dirk, man, Lil Dirk. Him for me right now is just on some purple patch, like he's doing his thing. Like,
Yeah.
he just don't stop. Like every minute I'm seeing them blonde gents pop up in the next video. Like it's mad. Like I keep seeing them come.
He's someone who's had a mad journey as well musically, innit? Like
Journey.
his sound has definitely changed a lot throughout the years. Throughout the time
He's
he's
an
been
artist,
doing music,
man. He's an artist. Like to come from that drill environment, like him and G Herbo are the only two Chicago drill artists that have actually kept it up, like for the all the music. Obviously, there's guys that still rapping, but to their level, that they're the ones still getting number one and still. Actually, I don't think that's got number one, but still, he's come near enough. But it's like, well, he might do. I don't even know. But like, he's still selling high numbers. He's still getting hits. Like Dirk is the only person I know, and G Herbo are the ones that are still doing it. But Dirk right now, though, like, gee, Dirk fans, you're gonna kill me, but boy, it's like Dirk is better now than he's ever been. So you Dirk fans are saying, oh, he's better when he had long hair and making L's up from that. I get your nostalgia and that, but be real now, man. The guy's making music.
100%. As if you're a Lil Durk fan, like a diehard fan, you can appreciate like how much he's evolved in it and how much he's changed as an artist throughout the time that he's done music, and he's been doing music for a long time as well.
For a long 2010, I think he said he was referencing 2010. Whoever thought I'd with like the guy is. What I like is the fact that I can hear a man that's polished, like a man that's perfected his sound. Like he never sounds offbeat. Like he's comfortable. Like he gets into the. You know what I'm saying? And I think right now,
I think he's found his lane.
He's found his lane, man. I feel like obviously remember that when we were, I'd say that back the last 10 years, I think the three-headed goat was Kendrick, J. Cole and Drake, innit? We haven't got a full conscious rappers like that are popping right now, but I've linked the three-headed like goat that's gonna be for this next 10 years. I'd say even 4. I'd say it'll be like Dirk, Baby, Youngboy, and I'll say
Youngboy.
If he stays out of jail, God knows. Youngboy's the goal, man. If he stays out of jail, I feel like he can be, but he should be doing. If he wasn't so anti, they'll be making some history, like them making music together. But Baby right now, and bear in mind, I didn't even like Baby until like properly till like last year, like. But Baby right now, man, the guy's just on form. He makes the.
He does not miss. I'll be real, man.
You think so?
He very rarely misses.
Oh, he missed on that street gossip tape though. Jeez.
That was alright. It wasn't terrible, innit? It was just every artist has a minor setback, and I feel like the way like us as music consumers, innit, we give. I think you said this on your page a while back. I think we give artists too much of a hard time when they don't necessarily do well on a tape. We say, "Oh, that's an L."
Yeah, he's falling off.
He's falling off.
The man's like 21.
Yeah, man. It's like
that,
bruv, we all have terrible moments. We all have good moments, and just allow a man to find his lane. Allow him to grow and develop.
Like, we forget, like it's linking back to the first thing we said about. It's just the fast food element, and it's like the attention span.
Yeah.
Like people are telling me, like, oh, little TJ, man, he fell off, and I'm like, brother, the guy's 19. Like he's got like at 25, you don't know the animal he could be. Like, he could just grow and become. That's what I'm saying. Dirt, and you know, probably me realize that properly, and that's why I actually like this myself. I'm not gonna lie, but just seeing Dirk at 28 sound polished as ever, I'm thinking, just wait the process, man. Let it go. Like if you're rubbish now, if you're not rubbish, if you're just little tweaks and that, that's why like I can dig guys like Well, young, but I rate him so highly because the man's so polished at such a young age. So that's crazy. But things like Dirk,
He's got a mad extensive catalogue of work.
extensive. Man's 21 years of age, so who knows what he'll be at 25. He's been through life a bit more. But the man is so polished at such a young age. Whereas Dirk as well, and even like, you just got to let man go. Even Drake, I listen to some of Drake's old stuff and that. Drake was cold back then, but
his older stuff in it, I'm just not a Drake fan. I can't say I'm a Drake fan right now. I'll be real. Like, I'm not looking forward to his new tape.
That's for another episode, but we'll get into that. Why is H not a Drake fan?
That's a juicy topic.
That's a juicy topic. We'll get into that. We ain't got long left, but yeah, now literally that. I think right now, but from the UK now, I'm digging off as Essential C, and I'm looking forward to. I hope Million's got a tape. I don't know. Like, he's dropping a lot of features. Hopefully, he's got a tape in it on the way. That usually means something's on the way. Who else am I digging from the UK? Let me just go through my playlist more time.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know. I got who else? Yeah, there's a lot.
I've been listening to quite a lot of American stuff in it, mainly.
We Want Raves. That's him.
We Want Raves is hard.
Oh my gosh, this guy, like, he's gonna do a lot for the Somalian scene, you know. Like,
is he Somalian?
Yeah, he's gonna do a lot for them, man. Like, he's if I'm gonna take from him, because that guy has a missed. I lied. Two, I think I didn't really like his first Emotionally Scarred Little Baby remix, but since then he's been steady. Still, like, my man just drops.
His what's that? Oh, I'm losing it, man. What's that platform? Is it Mad About Bars? That's it.
Hard.
Yeah. That was really good.
One of the best of last year's.
Was that the Christmas special?
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, hard. That was sick.
That was the first song I played this year. Ironically, I just remember, but it's the way what he's doing. He's wavy, but he's saying stuff as well. Like, he's good, man. The guy is good, and I like how he does it on his own channel.
Yeah,
he just cuts through and stays out of it, and then man, it's good.
Good. What I really respect about him in it, like, the second song on that, if you haven't heard it, by the way, you should definitely go and check that out. But the second part of that freestyle, he gives a nod to like Waves by Robin Scholes or whatever. Banger, man. And like, I respect that. I love when artists do that. Like,
no, he's when I saw that, I was like, the guy's cold, man. He's smooth with it, because I wouldn't even think, if I was a rapper, would even think to do that.
Trust me, I would have just like at least just thought within the kind of rap music, you know, I would have thought, oh, okay, maybe a rap sample, but that's just different. That's out of the box. Thinking of that
box, yeah.
2010.
And that's what these men to just drop projects, man. Like, just give me the project. Obviously, don't hit me with, but just give me like a project just to let me know like where you're at, like, at this time. It's just to signify that moment.
Yeah, man.
So a lot of artists, for example, like Ross, if he gave us a tape when he was really making the, obviously I still think he's good now, that's my guy, but it's like, if he gave us a tape when he was making the drill, people respect him more in this drill thing, because he
solidified that moment for himself.
Yeah, you got nothing to show for it. Like, you got tracks, but I wanted tapes I can go back to. Like, obviously you got tracks. I'm a Ross fan, so I'll go back. But you need like a tape just to be like, like this was me then, and put it in writing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So make it official. And I think that's why I like what Central C's done. He's giving us a tape, bang, straight away, and I love that, man. You just come. Now we can move on to the next stage. That's why I'm saying a lot of people need to make tapes, because look at a lot of tapes like RV, Heady One, Drillers and Trappers.
Yeah, that's a legendary tape. Man.
Legendary
that's
tape.
So sick.
They got 1, 2. I think for some reason, unpopular opinion, I think the second one's better.
Is that the one with the white background?
I think so. Yeah.
There's the Trappers too. That's
when they had money. That album was crazy. Then 6, 7 got It's Gangs We Trust. That was legendary like tapes in the drill scene. Because they got a tape, it's like, it's more official.
Yeah, man. See, we were talking about this a while ago, innit? Like, you were saying as well, like, for an artist to put out little mixtapes and things like that at different stages of their career, it signifies, and when you look back at it, it shows your evolution as an artist throughout those periods of your career, and it shows who you were at what stage of your career.
Literally, it just shows who you were exactly. So
yeah, man.
Nah, man, it's good.
I think we have to wrap up now, but yeah, this has been fun, man. The first episode.
First of many.
Yeah, first of many, hopefully, and really hope whoever's listening enjoys, and let us know what you want to expect from us for the next future episodes.
Yeah, DM us what you want to talk about. We're social, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Chat
If there's
to
any
us.
pressing issues, if there's any pressing music related matters, and if you want to send in your own music, feel free to do that. My Instagram is at Hussein_Hussein.ma. I don't even know my own Instagram.
Yeah, my word at blog by Benzo, one word. Benzo spelled Benzo. And yeah, man, just gonna be just kicking it every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Have a little vibe and, you know, sit nice.
Come on, man. But yeah, thank you for listening.